That part of the intro is over. Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
How are you guys?
Today is official first day of Anne pronounces things for you.
Yes, we had a question today from somebody who said that they really like it when I pronounce the names of Aztec gods on the blog, and it's really exciting for them, so I'm glad that's exciting for you, whoever you are. And they asked if we could pronounce the names of the Aztec gods for them, so we're going to do that today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we're going to do Aztec, and then maybe another day we'll do Norse, which Anne is also good at. And then maybe a more different one.
Yeah, so... I'm not technically a Nahuatl linguist, so if you are one, you will be better at this than me, so please be kind. But in general, this is going to be about the way that you would want to pronounce these names. And the big thing is just going to be the Nahuatl TH. It's a hard sound to make. We don't use it in English. It's not, there's no vowel in there, so we want to say tol, like Nahuatl would be the name of the language, but there's no vowel, so it's really tol. It's really hard to do by itself. But you're going to hear me say it a whole bunch in all these names. And here we go.
Okay, and I've gotten mediocre at saying a lot of these over the years, even though I'm horrible at languages. So I'm going to try to stupid it up like I used to say it.
Okay, so John is going to flashcards for us because he's here to be my assistant.
Okay, all right. She wants me to show you these. Okay, we have this word.
So this is Huitzilopochtli.
I'm going to say it.
Oh, okay.
Weren't you paying attention?
Okay, how would you say that?
Okay, so I would say this, Huitzilopochtli.
Which is not too far off. The name is Huitzilopochtli. When you see an HUI like that in Nahuatl, it's actually pronounced like a W. So you don't actually have to say the H. You heard the TH at the end, Pochtli. It basically directly means, it comes from Huitzilin, which means hummingbird in Nahuatl. And then Opochtli, there's still some argument among scholars about what exactly that means. It often means left-handed. So it's frequently translated as the hummingbird of the left or the left-handed hummingbird. But because of the way the language's grammar is set up, the hummingbird beginning of the word may be modifying that. So people are not really sure. But generally you'll see that translated as the hummingbird from the left, and that's usually what people make his name out to be. And that, of course, is the hummingbird war god, leader of their pantheon.
Some of these are so easy. I think everyone knows how to...
Yeah? Think everyone can say this one? I'm pretty sure most people can. You go ahead.
Alright. It's Tezcatlipoca.
Very close.
Pretty easy. I was down.
Yes, it's Tezcatlipoca. You have the TL in the middle in there. Tezcatlipoca. And it's the Aztec god of kind of the night and the dark sorcery. He does a lot of illusion, does a lot of tricksterism. He's kind of their dark good guy. He's got a lot of analogs to a lot of trickster gods. The name comes from Tezcatl, which means mirror, and then Poca, which means smoking. And then some scholars think that there also might be the stem of the word Tlilak in the middle there, which means black. So in that case, it would be the black smoking mirror or the obsidian smoking mirror.
Because he is the black Tezcatlipoca.
He is the black Tezcatlipoca. Huitzilopochtli, who we talked about the first time, is actually the blue Tezcatlipoca. There are 4 of them. The black Tezcatlipoca doesn't have any other name besides that, so that's his fun. And
most people pronounce this Quetzalcoatl. It's actually Quetzalcoatl.
Very close, yes. It's Quetzalcoatl.
Stop saying very close. Stab you.
It's Quetzalcoatl. And it's a real easy one. It comes from Quetzali, which means feather, most specifically the feathers of the Quetzal. And then Coatl, which means snake. So literally the feathered serpent, which is what you usually see him translated as. And he's the god of wind and air, and he's also a trickster god. He does a lot of creation and mankind culture teaching kind of stuff.
And the pole star.
And he's the morning star as well.
And the white Tezcatlipoca.
Yes. And then here's our 4th Tezcatlipoca.
Zippy Totec.
This is Xipe Totec.
Zippy. Yeah, it's Xipe.
Xipe Totec. The X in Nahuatl is pronounced, it's not quite sh like SH, but it's not all the way to J like a French G. It's kind of in between, so it's Xipe Totec. And his name directly means, Xipe means a person who's been flayed, usually in a sacrificial context, and then Totec means lord or master. So he's literally the flayed lord or the lord of the flayed ones. You want to say this?
Tlaloc. I'm going to say them all.
Yeah, Tlaloc. That one, completely 100% right. Tlaloc.
It's super easy. It shouldn't be in here.
Well, we're saying all of them. So he's the god of the sky, the god of the earth. He is his name is actually the only one on here that we really aren't quite entirely sure what that means. Scholars are pretty sure that the root word is tlali, which means the earth or the land, because of his connotations as being part of the earth and the land. But we're not quite sure what the word itself is trying to say in that context. So it could be the one who's beneath the earth or the one who's part of the earth, and we're just not really sure yet. So, a mystery.
Xochitl.
Xochitl. Xochitl is the goddess of love and beauty and sexuality and flowers and happy stuff, pretty much. Her name is as another simple compound. It comes from Xochitl, which means flower, and then Quetzali again, which is the same one from Quetzalcoatl, means feather, especially a quetzal bird's feather. So she's the flower feather, which symbolizes her being part of all those happy, beautiful things.
Tlatzlteotl.
Almost, yeah. Tlatzlteotl is she's got the double TL in there. Tlatzlteotl. She's the goddess of kind of filth and sexual sins. Her name is another one that's a little ambiguous. Tlazl basically means garbage or filth, and then Teotl is means divinity or god or something that's part of the divine. So it's directly goddess of filth. There's also some discussion that the word Zoli might be in the middle there, so it's the one who is eating the garbage, which is why she's often called eater of filth.
Mictlantecutli.
Mictlantecutli is the god of the underworld. He's the scary skeletal dude that nobody wants to hang out with. And his name is another real simple compound. Mictlan is the name of the underworld itself. And then Tecutli is the name of the ruling aristocracy or nobility class for the Aztecs. So it's literally Lord of the Underworld is his name.
Chalchachalchacutli.
That is the one everybody always trips over. The name is actually Chalchutlique, or Chalchutlique, depending on where you want to stress it. And it's the name of the water goddess. She's the wife of Tlaloc. She was one of the sons. She's an important lady. It's a compound of Chalchi, which means jade, and then Coidl, which means skirt. So she's usually translated as Lady of the Jade Skirt. And John has wandered off with my key cards.
It's Papalotl.
It's Papalotl is the one of the progenitor goddesses. She's usually translated as obsidian butterfly, because the first half of her name is from Itztili, which means either obsidian or it can mean like the obsidian knife that's used in sacrifice. And then Papalotl means butterfly. And sometimes she's also translated as bladed or clawed butterfly, because Itztili can refer to the knife as well as the obsidian it's made out of.
Quatlicu.
Quatlique. Her name is just made of two words we've already seen, Quatl, which means serpent, and Coidl, which means snake. She's literally skirt of snakes, which she wears, and you always see on her in statues, and she's the great earth goddess and mother of Huitzilopochtli.
Mishkuatl.
Mishkuatl, another the big progenitors. He's the god of the Milky Way and hunting in the sky. His name comes from Mishtli, which means cloud, and then Coatl again, which is serpent. So literally the cloud serpent, just like his son, the feathered serpent.
Mali Nali the Chictleetl.
And that's Huitzilopochtli's sister or daughter, depending on the version of the myth that you like. Her name is Malinal Shachitl, which literally comes from Malinali, which means grass, and then Shachitl, which we saw earlier, means flower. So she's the grass flower, or the flower of the grasses. So it's a language that's a little daunting at first, but pretty much everything is kind of as you see it. Like X's sound like that sh sound, or that sh in between there, and then you have to be able to do a TL. But past that, it's pretty simple rules. Q's are handled like they're in Spanish.
If you can teach your tongue to do the stupid sounds, you can do it. But if you can't, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah, and I'll try to write something out with like kind of pronunciation guides in the post, and so if you guys want that. I would tell everybody, don't stress it if you feel like you're not pronouncing it right. As long as you're giving it a good go, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, Chalchachalchacutlicu. She's just become like cha-cha in our games for anyone who's not Anne. Yeah. Because for the most part, yeah, it doesn't really matter as long as everyone knows who you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, that goes for really any god. Like a lot of gods, if you're a native English speaker, are just hard to pronounce because they use syllables that we don't use, and that's okay.
But there is a certain additive niceness to being able to pronounce a lot of this stuff right.
It is pretty fun when your storyteller like busts out some exotic sound.
Yeah, and then
That's usually what it sounds like when John tries to say an exotic sounding name.
But yeah, so there you go. That is our first helping people pronounce things, the game show.
Yeah, so I hope that was helpful to you.
Yeah, hopefully it was helpful. I think it's gonna be super popular.
It's fun for me. I just get to say stuff and feel like I'm smart.
There you go. She likes that a lot. But yeah, so if you enjoyed that, you can mention it in the comments and ask for us to do more for you or do different ones. Or she's also good at Gaelic and Norse and most of the Northern European stuff, and then her Eastern Asian is not.
Eastern Asian's not? You like it?
Not there. Her Eastern Asian is really, really easy. So, but yeah, so we have lots of options, and we may be able to do another one of these soon, or another one we don't have any really good questions.
Yeah, and if you hate this, know that if we have no good questions, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah. So
if we don't have any good questions,
wait, what if they really like it and then they just stop doing questions?
Well, don't do that either. Just make one of the questions to do this.
Okay, sure. I guess that, yeah. All right. But yeah, so write in the comments, subscribe, do the likey on the YouTube, click on the thing so it goes to YouTube, and do all that stuff. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully one day it'll be warm again.
And until then, you guys can now go impress people with your crazy
Mishkuwadl.
Your crazy command of native Mesoamerican language.
Mishkuwadl. Mishkuwadl.
See you guys next time.
Later, y'all.